Right now at 6, the latest on the double murder at the Devil's Den State Park in Arkansas. Now that a suspect is in custody, officials are looking for a motive.
And we've got temperatures that are only in the 80s for the rest of the weekend. I'll have those details coming up.
Plus, we'll visit Carthage for Marian Days, the annual festival bringing tens of thousands of visitors.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Lindsay Gaffney.
And it's Friday, August 1st, and it is off to a really nice, beautiful start outside.
Really, cannot get any better than these temperatures this weekend to start off August, especially because August is one of the hottest months of the year.
The dog days of summer, really, and it's not even close out there now.
Right. Now, temperatures today are starting off in the 60s, which is a nice change of pace. So you can go ahead and take a look outside. We've got some partly cloudy skies out there in the Joplin area, but looks like Pittsburgh is mostly clear. Now, temperatures in the 60s. We've got 67 in Joplin and 68 in Pittsburgh. Now, you can see a nice little sunrise going on out there in Joplin. Here is 7th in a range line. Now, we do, again, have some clouds out there, but it's going to start to clear out. Now, temperatures in the 60s. Feels like 60, so it's a much nicer start to the day. Now, we do have lower dew points as we head through the rest of the afternoon, so it's going to make those feels like temperatures at what the actual temperatures are. So just perfect weekend, perfect day today. We're starting off with a few showers out there in Oklahoma, maybe even into Arkansas, Bentonville, Jay, Grove, getting a few showers, mainly staying south of Veneta, south of Miami. Not expecting any of these showers to be in the Missouri side either, but those clouds do reach all the way up to the Joplin area. But for the most of the afternoon, we are going to start to see those clearer skies. Now, by mid-morning, temperatures only getting into the mid to upper 70s for all of us. So it is just going to be a gorgeous day. I love these temperatures, but those showers stick around through mid-morning until early afternoon out there in Jay and Grove, Oklahoma. Now, by later in the afternoon, those clouds migrate over to the Missouri side. Showers may hit the Bentonville area, but we do start to see those clearer skies returning to Kansas and Oklahoma. Now, temperatures for the high, 83 in Joplin, Pittsburgh, Columbus, 82, Independence, 84, Nowata, Veneta. So we're really only seeing high temperatures in the 80s, mid-80s, about 84. Nevada, 79. So it is going to be a really cool day today compared to what we've been seeing and compared to where we should be in the beginning of August. Temperatures, again, only reaching 83. It's going to be pretty cloudy by the afternoon in the Joplin area, but again, Kansas, Oklahoma side much clearer, and then temperatures start to drop pretty quickly. Now, for the rest of the weekend, we're still staying in the 80s, about 85 on Saturday, 88 on Sunday. Low humidity all weekend long, and those 80s stick around all the way through Monday, but I'll have those details coming up.
All right, we'll see you soon, Lindsay. Thanks. Well, the search for a missing Joplin man has come to a tragic end. Newton County deputies say they found 34-year-old Austin Carnes dead yesterday morning. His car was first discovered abandoned near the Petro truck stop Sunday night, and his cell phone continued to ping in a wooded area off Detroit Lane in Joplin. Community volunteers searched the area Wednesday, and investigators shifted their search yesterday. That's when they located Carnes. The Newton County Sheriff calls it a death investigation now. Joplin police are assisting, and the family has asked for privacy. Authorities are searching for answers, including a motive following the arrest of a suspect in 2 Northwest Arkansas murders. Suspect in that case, he's Andrew James McGann, a 28-year-old school teacher living in Springdale, Arkansas. He had previously worked as a 5th grade teacher in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and had just recently moved to Arkansas. Authorities arrested him at a Springdale salon Wednesday as he was getting a haircut. They've charged him with 2 counts of capital murder. He's suspected in the murder Saturday of Clinton and Kristen Brink, who were hiking at Devil's Den State Park with their young daughters, ages 7 and 9. Those children were not hurt, and they are now in the care of family. Authorities have indicated it's unlikely McGann knew the victims, and we'll have more details on our website. Of course, that's KOAMNewsNow.com. Well, in July, Miami, Oklahoma experienced a week-plus stretch of heat advisories. For the tenants of one apartment building in the city, it's been a difficult summer as they battle the heat without working air conditioning. At the 218 apartments in Miami, tenants say the building's central air conditioning has been broken since early June, with temperatures in some apartments getting upwards of 90 degrees. The city of Miami tells us they've received one tenant complaint regarding the broken air conditioner. The city says the landlord told them the air conditioning is broken and they are currently waiting for a replacement part to come in. We spoke with the landlord, who tells us he's at the mercy of the repairs. He says he is placing individual air conditioners in each unit in the meantime to try and help tenants stay cool. Well, Crowder College in Neosho, Missouri is shining a light on the history of voting. A new traveling exhibit called Voices and Votes is now on display, teaching the community about the power of democracy and the ongoing journey to build a more perfect union. The interactive museum experience is presented in partnership with the Smithsonian Museum and the Missouri Humanities Council. It explores how generations have shaped our right to vote.
In 1961, there was a really interesting situation where McDonald County, for a series of reasons that I would love people to come and read about, chose to secede from the state of Missouri and become McDonald Territory.
It's a great opportunity for people to understand more about voting and civic responsibilities.
Absolutely.
The Voices and Votes Museum will be on view through August 31st. The temperatures are perfect for Marian Days as the annual Vietnamese Catholic celebration returns to Carthage, Missouri. It kicked off yesterday and runs through Sunday. As KOAM's Anthony Saviello shows us, the annual festival is expected to draw a crowd of 60,000 to 80,000 people.
A mass gathering once a year, rich in culture, faith, and fellowship.
Mary's a very important person to everyone. You know, everyone in a Vietnamese household, as far as I know, has a statue of Mary, the cross, and maybe a little shrine. So I think having a lot of other people that are both like me, look like me, speak like me, and have the same beliefs as me, I think it's comfortable.
Whether they're traveling from down the road, across the country, or halfway across the world, thousands of Vietnamese people descend upon Carthage, Missouri to celebrate their faith.
Really just a taste of Vietnam. I was born here, but I've been to Vietnam a couple times. The smell, the food, the people, of course, it's awesome to just have, I guess, a taste of home or a taste of another country.
And for those who have never experienced what this culture is like, FAM says this is the perfect introduction.
I think this is a very good gateway to experience something new, because the people here are all friendly. You can start a conversation. They know English, broken or not. So I think if you want to experience something, this is the place. Marian Days, yeah.
In Carthage, Missouri, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
There are several events throughout the weekend, including Friday's Great Mass, which is happening today at 8 p.m., and a youth event with musical guests at 10 p.m. Well, we have a programming alert to make you aware of that will impact your viewing on KOAM today. This afternoon at around 12:30 p.m. right after KOAM News at noon, the KOAM over-air signal will be down. Crews are planning to conduct transmitter maintenance at that time. The work is expected to take about 3 hours to complete. We do expect to be back on air before Judy Justice in the KOAM News at 5. If the timing does change, we will update you via KOAMNewsNow.com and the KOAM social media pages. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Small businesses challenge President Trump's tariffs in court as Senate Democrats demand certainty. The trade chaos affecting companies across America. We'll have the details. Plus, in recognition of World Lung Cancer Day, we're going to take a look at a concerning trend of increasing rates among non-smokers. And cooler temperatures are here for the weekend. Lindsay returns with another look at your weekend forecast and how long that relief will last. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. Time now, 6:09. We'll be right back, but first, here's a live look from Ewart Park in Joplin ahead of the city's Emancipation Celebration happening today. Well, topping Nation Watch, it's a full day for the Trump administration. White House representatives are surveying the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Meanwhile, President Trump unveiled new tariffs. His August 1st trade negotiation deadline has come and gone. Now on August 7th, the U.S. is preparing to slap higher tariffs on dozens of countries yet to make a deal. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest.
At the White House, President Donald Trump is pushing the trade war to new heights.
This is making our country very rich and respected again.
Soon, 50% tariffs on goods from Brazil, a 20% tax on Taiwanese products. And with a new executive order, higher tariffs will kick in on Thursday for dozens of nations that have yet to strike a new trade agreement with the U.S., arguing trade deficits pose an unusual and extraordinary threat to national security, a claim a number of small businesses are challenging in the courts. Congressional Democrats are pouncing.
So what is this chaos? Our businesses, our small businesses, our medium-sized businesses, our large businesses need some degree of certainty.
New tariffs on Mexico and China on hold, but Canada caught in the crosshairs. The White House hiking levies to 35% on goods not covered under the existing U.S., Mexico, and Canada trade deal. The president yesterday suggested Canada's decision to recognize Palestinian statehood could hamper talks. Canada's prime minister wrote he was disappointed. Meanwhile, today, a White House delegation is visiting Gaza to assess the worsening humanitarian crisis firsthand.
The special envoy and the ambassador will brief the president immediately after their visit to approve a final plan for food and aid distribution into the region.
In Gaza, Palestinians scraped through dirt battling for food. As Israeli military officials tell CBS News, there is no starvation in Gaza. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The White House says the U.S. delegation had a productive meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday, focused on what they call dilemmas such as food and aid in Gaza. Well, still ahead, why lung cancer cases are increasing among non-smokers. We're going to take a look. Plus, Lindsay returns with another look at your weekend forecast. Stick around. We'll be right back. Well, from action-packed heists to the return of some fan favorite shows, there's plenty hitting your screens this August. Nick Zajovic has your eye on entertainment.
A routine cash run turns into all-out mayhem in the new action comedy, The Pickup.
Change of plans. You two are going to help me steal $60 million from the casino.
Pete Davidson and Keke Palmer team up with Eddie Murphy and Eva Longoria in this fast-paced action comedy that doesn't take its foot off the gas.
The movie moves. That's what I like about this movie. There's no part where you're like,
where's this going?
Yeah, the whole time you're locked in.
Pickup makes its global debut on Amazon Prime August 6th.
You don't mess with my life, okay? You can help make my life better.
Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne reunite for season 2 of Platonic. The comedy follows two former best friends who reconnect in midlife after years apart, dealing with ups and downs of adult friendships in LA. Rogen praised his co-star, crediting their longtime friendship for the easy on-screen dynamic.
Funny thing about chemistry is a lot of people who really like each other have bad chemistry, and a lot of people who don't like each other have good chemistry. I'm just very lucky that Rose, who I have good chemistry with, is also someone who I really like.
Season 2 of Platonic is now streaming on Apple TV.
I already know where the bodies are buried.
Jenna Ortega is coming back to Netflix for season 2 of Wednesday. Everyone's favorite sharp-tongued sleuth returns to the gothic halls of Nevermore Academy, where fresh foes and darker mysteries await. Executive producer Tim Burton says he relates deeply to the character.
I felt like that's why I wanted to do the show, because I felt like her. I agree with everything she says about family and school and psychiatry and society, so I felt very connected to her.
Season 2 of Wednesday begins streaming August 6th. And that's your eye on entertainment. Nick Zajovic, CBS Los Angeles.
Well, looks like a ton of super fun summer shows. Can't wait to watch. Let's head around to Lindsay for a quick look at your forecast.
Well, we do have a few showers still sticking around in our southern counties. Not a big disruption, but might be hitting the J area, Grove, and possibly up to Veneta. Now, these showers are going to expand just a little bit as we head into the mid-morning hours, but outside of that, it is gorgeous weather today. I'll have those details right after this. Well, so far this morning, we've had partly to mostly cloudy skies in our area. You can see downtown Pittsburgh, we do have those clouds out there, but overall it is going to be a great looking morning. Now the clouds are coming in from some showers just to the south of us. You can see mostly cloudy skies all the way up to Pittsburgh. We've got a few clouds up in Lamar and Nevada as well. They're kind of hard to see on our radar, but they are there. They're going to dissipate over the next couple of hours. The same with those showers down there near Jay and Grove, Oklahoma. Now, over the next several hours, by mid-morning 11 to 12, could see those expanding into Arkansas as well. Now, temperatures yesterday only got up to about 85 degrees. So this is the first day that we've seen those lower and below average temperatures. Normally we should be seeing temperatures in the low 90s, around 91, 92 degrees. Thanks to a cold front, we're going to be in the 80s for the rest of the weekend. Now, current conditions out there in Pittsburgh, about 66 degrees to start out, and it feels like 66 degrees. So it is going to be like that most of the day as those temperatures rise. Feels like temperatures will rise, but not above what the actual temperature is, which is a nice change of pace from what we've been seeing the last couple of weeks. Now, our dew point, mid-60s through this morning. That's not really out of the ordinary. Overnight and into morning hours, we've got a higher moisture in the atmosphere, so this is pretty standard. We got 60 degrees out in Yates Center, 65 in Webb City, and this is where we're seeing that not bad to sticky range. Once we get further into the day, we see those dew points drop because the sun and the surface heating just really burns off all that extra moisture. So that's why we're going to see low humidity throughout the daytime hours. It's going to be really nice. Temperatures only reaching about 84 to even pushing up to maybe 85 degrees today. We've got beautiful temperatures today, northerly breeze, and we could see some winds gusting potentially up to 20 miles per hour at times, but overall a great looking forecast today. Now further into the weekend, about 85 degrees on Saturday, 88 on Sunday, low humidity all weekend long. So we're going to see those actual temperatures and feels like temperatures about the same, maybe a couple of degrees difference, but it's going to be really nice all weekend long. 80s, sunny skies, not expecting really any rain chances until Sunday. Now, getting into mid-morning, like I said, those showers may expand into very southern parts of our southern counties, but they do start to push further into Arkansas by about 11 a.m. Now, the clouds are following suit, pushing further south as well. By the afternoon, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, just those nice little puffy fair weather clouds. Then getting into Saturday, mainly sunny skies all day long. Again, could see some of those afternoon clouds, but it's going to be gorgeous. Again, temperatures in the mid 80s. By Sunday, clouds do push back in by 8 a.m. We'll have a few showers right along our far western counties. Not a big disruption, but they could see showers getting all the way to maybe Chanute, Parsons, definitely Caney, and out there in Bartlesville as well. Now, by the afternoon, clouds do move in. Overall, though, all weekend long, we're staying mostly dry and sunny. Temperatures do creep back up Sunday, getting into the upper 80s. Same on Monday. We do have some morning storms on Monday. That could drop our temperatures again, but then we return to the 90s by Tuesday. 95 Wednesday, 97 Thursday, and 100 degrees by next Friday. So a complete switch from this Friday to next Friday. That's Look at Your Forecast. Let's go over to Elise with Health Watch.
All right, well, enjoy this Friday while we can, Lindsay. Thanks. The popular sugar substitute sucralose could negatively impact treatment for cancer. A study from the University of Pittsburgh found melanoma and non-small cell lung cancer patients with high levels of artificial sweetener had lower survival rates and a worse response to immunotherapy treatment. And scientists say they're getting closer to solving the mystery of endometriosis. Researchers at UC San Francisco found links between the condition, which affects 10% of all women, and other conditions like certain cancers, asthma, and eye-related diseases. The data also showed a link between endometriosis and migraine, suggesting migraine drugs may help treat the condition. And heavy drinking could increase the chances of having an undesired pregnancy. A new study published in the journal Addiction found women who did not want to become pregnant and drank heavily had a 50% greater risk of becoming pregnant compared to women who drank moderately or not at all. Cannabis had no impact on the rate of unwanted pregnancies. Well, today is World Lung Cancer Day, a day to raise awareness for the leading cause of cancer death in the U.S. While the number of new cases of lung cancer continues to decrease, due in part to less people smoking, rates are increasing in certain groups who are non-smokers. Bradley Blackburn has one woman's story.
It's been nearly 2 years since Randy Marcus received her shocking lung cancer diagnosis.
Never smoked a day in my life, not even tried it. I felt perfectly healthy. I had no symptoms.
The 65-year-old's cancer was an incidental finding, picked up on a test that checks calcium in the arteries.
The radiologist spotted something on my lung. 10 days later, I was having surgery.
Very healthy, normal lungs. Majority of the nodule is not solid, and that is very suggestive of never smoking lung cancer.
Dr. Andrew Kaufman with the Mount Sinai Health System is among researchers trying to understand why these cancers are increasing. More common in women and Asian women.
We don't seem to understand all of the underlying biology, but we do know smoking-related lung cancer is distinctly different from never smoking lung cancer, and there are different genetic changes that occur between those two different groups.
Dr. Kaufman says a main driver, especially for Asian women, is the non-inherited EGFR gene mutation, which tests show Randy also has.
We're not sure why it's happening, but we think it's most likely a combination of either a genetic predisposition for a mutation occurring, but also environmental factors such as increased air pollution.
I was very, very lucky that it was caught like this.
Randy's cancer was detected early. She had surgery to remove the tumor and part of her lung and did not need any other treatment.
People think, well, I never smoked. How would I ever get lung cancer? How could that be? So I think that it's very important to raise awareness, especially in younger women.
She hopes more people like her can be screened regularly to save lives. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
A recent study from Mount Sinai also found a link between Hispanic women and never smoking lung cancer. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. We're back with more news and weather right after this. Right now at 6:30, an animal rescue in Christian County, Missouri turns into one of the largest rescues in Missouri Humane Society's history.
And we have really great cooler temperatures for this weekend. I'll have those details coming up.
Plus, back to school is right around the corner, and one local organization is looking to help make sure kids in Southwest Missouri have everything they need.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's just coming up on 6:33. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Lindsay Gaffney.
And it is Friday, the start of a wonderful weekend, the first weekend of August, a beautiful one.
Yes, it is. I mean, definitely out of the ordinary to start August off with these temperatures
really
below average. But I mean, I'm not complaining. I know you're not complaining. We're thrilled.
Yes.
Especially thrilled to start off our mornings not already immediately sweating, because temperatures are in the
stickiness
60s.
too.
The stickiness
No,
brutal.
thank you.
But we are going to be in the 80s today, Saturday, Sunday. We can go ahead and take a look at our cameras out there in Joplin. We've got a nice little sunrise going on, some upper level clouds that are causing maybe a bit of haziness, but overall it is a really nice start to our day. Now, temperatures are about 67 in Joplin, 68 in Pittsburgh. Now, as we continue into the rest of the day, we've got about 67, feels like 67, dew point 64, which is a little high, but it's for the morning, and then it burns off throughout the day, so we're gonna have low humidity all day long. Now, we've got a few showers out there in Bentonville, a couple maybe pop up out near Seneca as well, but most of these are staying south of Missouri, south of Miami, might touch Grove there by mid-morning. So we're gonna watch for some of these showers as they continue to push through Grove, Jay, Rogers, Bentonville as well through mid-morning today. But we've got sunny skies through Kansas, north of I-44, in Joplin. Temperatures only reaching the mid-70s. Now our high for the day getting into the low to mid-80s, 83, 84 in Joplin, the same in Pittsburgh, 80 in Fort Scott, 79 in Nevada. And you can see those showers are shifting off out of the area. Now, well, we get some showers south in Jay, Grove, Bentonville. Anywhere north of there, going to see a few clouds, but overall dry weather. Temperatures again reaching those mid-80s, and for the weekend, 85 on Saturday, 88 on Sunday, and again mostly sunny skies. So today is our cloudier day, but we have lower humidity for today and the rest of the weekend. 80s for the highs all weekend long, even into Monday, and then sunny skies as well. A couple rain chances as we start our work week next week. But overall this weekend, just a gorgeous start to August. That's a look at your forecast. I'll be back with more.
All right, we'll see you soon, Lindsay. Thanks. The Missouri Humane Society is calling in the largest dog rescue in a decade. The organization rescued more than 200 starving dogs from a single property. Several kittens, birds, and a rabbit were also seized. Emma McDarris has more.
We still don't have a final number. We are up to about 160 so far from this house, and we are still removing dogs from the house.
The Missouri Humane Society Task Force and the Christian County Sheriff are working together to rescue dozens and dozens of dogs from a house just outside of Ozark city limits.
A few weeks ago, there was an anonymous tip to the Humane Society. We've been working with their investigators for the last few weeks on this situation. Culminated into what you see happening now, rescuing all these animals.
The dogs are now receiving medical care at the Humane Society's facility in St. Louis.
The very first thing we do is a quick health assessment. They're basically triaged. They're weighed, they are given a look over by our veterinarian who gives them a body condition score.
Christian County Sheriff Brad Cole says his office is trying to work with the owners who voluntarily surrendered these animals.
Doing everything we can to make this process as easy for these people as we can, because as you know, in hoarding situations, it involves a mental health issue. So we are compassionate towards the human beings as well involved in this, and have been working with them to try to get them the mental health treatment that they may need.
It's heartbreaking for the animals. It's heartbreaking for the people who are hoarding. Our role is to get the animals to a safe place, and then hopefully, things will go into place so that it doesn't happen again.
Well, the Humane Society says the animals will receive care until they're ready for adoption. The Sheriff's Office plans to present their case to the prosecutor's office. The Salvation Army thrift store celebrates 10 years in Joplin. Yesterday, members of the community could come and enjoy the festivities, which included some door prizes, face painting, food, and discounts to help celebrate the day. The thrift store offered a 50% off sale.
We got in this morning and we had a line at the door. They love the cheap prices. They love to take care of the things that they can't get somewhere else at the regular prices. It's just some of the stuff's just really expensive.
The celebration sales continue through this weekend. And Stuff the Bus is an annual back-to-school event in Lamar, Missouri. Liberal, Lamar, and Golden City school buses are packed in front of Walmart, and people can donate school supplies into any of the buses. Now, these supplies go to teachers so they can have a few extra supplies throughout the year. Back-to-school shoppers in the four-state area can take advantage of tax-free shopping this weekend. Missouri, Arkansas, and Oklahoma are all participating. You can find more information by clicking on this QR code. It'll lead you to a link to back-to-school events in the 4 states. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Shannon Becker joins us in the studio with his big 3 stories of the week. Time now, 6:39. We'll be right back, but first, we're in store for a beautiful day today. Here's a live look from Ewart Park in Joplin ahead of the city's Emancipation Celebration. Welcome back. Shannon Becker is in the studio with these big 3 news stories of the week. Shannon, good morning.
Good
Beautiful
morning.
day out there.
It's shocking.
Yes,
just
it
shocking.
certainly is.
Let's take a look at our big 3 stories this week. What's happening where you live, live and local. Our number 3 story, a tragedy. A Joplin young man, is killed in a motorcycle crash in Newton County.
Yes.
It happened on Aspen Road at Martin Road. We're at Tees there. I'm not sure if we have video or if you just want me to keep on talking or not.
We should be having some video. It should be going up. There it is.
So Missouri State Highway Patrol are investigating this. A farmer found the crashed motorcycle in his field.
Right.
Found it on the crash on Tuesday. Tragically, it most likely happened on Sunday.
Right.
Family had said that they had not talked to him since he went on a motorcycle ride. But he was discovered. Of course, there's some closure there. They know what's happened, obviously, as well. You can read about that on our website.
Yes.
Number 2 story, KOEM News Now. Another tragedy is a missing man. His car was discovered on Sunday evening on a remote area just near the Petro truck stop off of I-44. Yes. Austin Carnes was his name. They searched for a day. Then they had family and friends and everybody. They all came together to help search the other night. Over 200 people, in fact.
Wow.
And then tragically yesterday morning, search and rescue and a canine group that came from out of state. They discovered his body located in that wooded area.
They did.
A different area where everybody had been searching initially. So our thoughts and prayers over the family, of course, that loss.
Heartbreaking.
It's a death investigation right now. They don't have any more information for us.
Okay.
And our number 1 story, more tragedy. This has just the most random crime is what they're saying, the Arkansas State Police.
Okay.
Over the weekend, the Devil's Den double homicide. A mother and father were killed on the Devil's Den Trail, which is very popular, very easy. They were with their 7 and 9-year-old daughter. They have another daughter who is with family. They have 3 little daughters. I guess the father was attacked first, and then the mother took the girls to a safe place and told them to run, and then she went back to help her husband and also became a victim.
Wow.
Well, this man, the suspect, 2 days ago was arrested while he was getting his haircut at Lupita's Hair Salon in Springdale on Huntsville Avenue. He was very compliant. He's still wearing the apron there from getting his haircut halfway, and was taken into custody. He did tell investigators he did do it.
Okay.
But obviously today when he's in court, I would assume that he's going to plead innocent because that's what they always do.
Right.
Not sure if he'll have a public defender or not. This is a story, of course, we'll continue to follow in Northwest Arkansas in Washington County. Our bonus story of the week, oh my goodness, how about a feel-good one?
Here it is, yes.
Have you been to Marian Days before? I'm not sure you have.
I did. I went
last year
just to
That's
check
right.
it out. It was amazing. I was blown away. I couldn't believe it.
100,000 of your best friends, right? It's the largest Vietnamese Catholic celebration in the North American continent.
Right.
It's really, really neat. If you want to go out and kind of get a little bit of flair, the food trucks, or excuse me, not trucks, the food tents are open now. It's all inspected by the Carthage Health Inspector in the Jasper County. So you can also get chicken strips, burgers, and fries from the Carthage Knights of Columbus, which is the men's Catholic group. But you try out that flair. You can go to our website and you can see the services nightly. They air on YouTube if you don't want to brave the crowds, but it is aired in Vietnamese, so you might want to work on that.
But I mean, to go out, it's a great weekend to go out.
Yeah.
Check it
Oh my
out
gosh,
for
the
sure.
weather. Last time my friends were out there, and I couldn't make it, and they were like, "It's the coolest it's ever been at Marian Days." So
well, how fun!
It runs through Sunday.
Okay, wonderful, Shannon. Well, as always, thank you so much. Shannon's Big 3. Stick around. We'll be right back. Well, it's time to celebrate some Friday birthdays and anniversaries here in the 4 states. This August 1st, we're going to start in Knoll with a happy 5th birthday to Joey Martinez.
And then moving on over to Coral Junction, Missouri, happy 6th birthday to Carson Allen.
And happy 62nd birthday to Michael Floresreen in Iola. It says love from all your extended family.
Back over to Knoll, Missouri, happy 64th birthday to Judy Johnson.
And in Cherokee, happy 28th anniversary to John and Vicki Johnson.
Happy birthday to Kim Wilson, turning 66 today out in Chinook, Kansas.
And in Columbus, a happy birthday to Neva Qualls. That was a great Friday birthday and anniversary list. We sure do love celebrating with you. If you'd like to celebrate your birthday or anniversary with us, you can do so by submitting them to birthdays@koamnewsnow.com. When you submit, be sure to meet the deadline that you see there at the bottom of your screen. And to also please include the date of your celebration when submitting as well. We're going to take it on over now to Lindsay for a full.
Thanks, Elise. Yes, it's looking great today. Now, so far starting this morning, we've got some cloudy skies. So you're taking a look at down Pittsburgh. Not too blue out there, but it will become a lot clearer as we head later into the day. Now we are dealing with those cloudy skies for most of us, but out there near Jay, Oklahoma, getting a few showers. Now those are going to continue to expand into Jay, Grove, maybe even Veneta, and then down in Bentonville as well through mid-morning, but not really a big disruption. They clear out very quickly. Now our high yesterday got up to about 85. Average temperatures, we should be about 91, 92 degrees, and our low in the 70s. We started off this morning with our low in the 60s, and our high today, just like yesterday, only getting up to the mid 80s. So overall, it is going to be a gorgeous day. Again, starting off in the 60s. So it's about 66 out there in Pittsburgh, about 67 out in the Joplin area. And it feels like what the actual temperature is because we've got lower humidity. So we're not going to see a high heat index for the next couple of days. Now, our dew point currently is about 64 out in Pittsburgh, which is still a little higher. 65 in Webb City, 66 in Cassville, 69 in Bentonville. So we're looking at about 61 in the Yates Center, 60 to 70 degree dew points, which is higher. However, this is what we normally see overnight and into the morning. We just have higher moisture as we get into those morning hours while you wake up with dew on the grass. So we're in this sticky range, but it's going to start to drop as the surface heating really burns that moisture off for the day because we don't have high moisture or high humidity for the day or even the weekend. Temperatures are going to be in the mid 80s and it's going to feel like that because of the low humidity. Now, getting later into the weekend, we have mostly sunny skies all weekend long. Now today, again, we're a little bit cloudier than we will be for the rest of the weekend, but temperatures are very similar. 85 on Saturday, 88 on Sunday, low humidity all weekend long and sunny skies. Now, as we work our way through the future track, by 10:30, most of those showers are pushing further south of Bentonville. Could again still see a couple of hit and miss showers, but all of that is going to start to push out in Arkansas and those clouds follow suit. Now we are left with a couple of those fair weather clouds in the area, but it is going to be mostly sunny outside for the afternoon. And again, the temperatures only reaching mid 80s. Now Saturday, mostly sunny, a couple of more fair weather clouds in the afternoon, but again, mostly sunny, mid 80s again. Sunday, clouds start to move back in. We do have potential for some light showers to start off Sunday morning, 8 a.m. in our far western counties. They clear out pretty quickly as well. And then we're getting into the upper 80s by Sunday afternoon, mainly sunny, but a few clouds out there as well. Now we're continuing to move into the rest of the weekend. Those temperatures will start to warm back up into the 90s and low hundreds by next week. Let's look at your forecast. Coming up when the KOAM morning news switches on over to Fox 14, a Maine woman tackles 22 miles of hiking to fight breast cancer.
This is your Wake Up Recap for August 1st. The top stories to start your day. Residents at 218 Apartments in Miami, Oklahoma are enduring a tough summer as the central air conditioning has been broken since June. With the temperatures soaring above 90 degrees, the landlord is awaiting a replacement part, but is providing individual air conditioners to help tenants stay cool. The city has received one complaint and it is monitoring the situation. And this weekend, you can enjoy tax-free shopping in Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Missouri and Oklahoma's tax-free weekend starts today and will run through Sunday, while Arkansas offers it tomorrow and Sunday. Deals typically include clothing, school supplies, and electronics. Kansas doesn't have a statewide tax-free weekend, but look for discounts near state borders, and happy shopping. And today at 12:30 p.m., right after the KOAM News at noon, KOAM's over-air signal will be temporarily down for transmitter maintenance. This work is expected to last about 3 hours. Now, we aim to resume broadcasting before Judy Justice and the KOAM News at 5. You can stay updated on any changes via our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, and our KOAM social media pages. And that's a check of today's Wake Up Recap.
Now looking at our forecast, this weekend is perfect. Temperatures in the mid 80s today, about 84, 85 degrees, the same on Saturday. We do have a sunny to partly cloudy skies over the weekend. Sunday, clouds do start to move back in. We have some shower chances returning on Monday, but then as we head through the rest of the week, you can see those temperatures quickly climb back up into the mid to upper 90s, and then even possibly hitting 100 by next Friday. Look at that turnaround, 84 this Friday to 100 next Friday. But not a lot of rain chances, not too bad. Overall, I mean, I'm going to definitely enjoy my weekend outside as much as I can.
It's going to be hard not to. All right, Lindsay, thanks. Well, coming up today at noon, we're making cinnamon swirl raisin bread in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, the Newton County Sheriff is going to share some details about a use tax that's on the ballot for August 5th.
But that'll wrap it up for now. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
We certainly will, and we'll, of course, see you right here today at noon.